Hello, this is my 3-speed Eskimo box fan by McGraw. This was my first ever all-metal box fan. I purchased this when I was 11 years old at a flea market for $5. I remember buying this. It was very rusty. It was hardly any of the original paint left, but it was there. Um, but right next to it, there was also a 12-inch wood grain Edison box fan, similar to that one. Plastic blade. However, I only had enough money in my pocket to get one of them, and I wasn't going to leave without this metal box fan. So, unfortunately, I didn't get the Edison, but I did get this. But it was in very rough cosmetic condition. It was missing the handle, missing the knob. The cord was all chopped up. I did already have a collection of fans already, like a couple like a Dominion table fan and some Lakewood box fans and stuff, but I never had anything all metal like this. In fact, this is my first metal bladed box fan too. But yeah, it's a 3-speed. In fact, the knob was missing. This I recently just got this knob for it. It fits it, and the handle. Of course, it didn't have a handle. I did have some kind of handle on here for a while, but it was kind of a piece of junk. I think it was just a piece of copper wire that bent up and screwed onto it. And about 10 years ago or so, I found this guitar amp handle and stuck that on there. And it's quite sturdy. Of course, I painted it green. I wasn't gonna try to color match the teal or whatnot, because I just didn't have the skill for that to get it exactly the way I would want it. So I just painted it emerald green, gloss emerald green, and then eventually but it was a terrible job because I never painted a box fan before. It had runs in it and all kinds of stuff. And about 2 or 3 years later, I painted it. I stripped it again, and I painted it this matte, or this textured, similar sort of green, but it's a little darker than that green on the hub. I painted the hub too, and the motor shell. Although I painted the motor shell with the cabinet as well, so it's the same textured paint. But the blade hub is still that gloss emerald green. It was originally both the motor and the blade hub were gray originally. And also this down here was broken, and I just curled some copper wire around and bolted it down. And yeah, so it's kind of hacked up. Try to make it look a little better than it was. It does look a heck of a lot better than it did. But as you can see, the paint is starting to chip. Starting to chip off in the corners and stuff, but this fan, unlike most of my collection, this one gets used a lot. Like, this one is the one that I pull out to use to dry floors, to vent out smoke in the house, stuff like that. Or to dry paint. This would be the fan that I use. And it gets used a lot. It is very dirty. All that dust is from me using it, not just from it sitting. But yeah, so I've had this fan for about 15 years now. It's one of the 3 fans I still have from my sort of pre-adolescent collection, or pre-teenage collection rather. This and that patent, and then I got a 10-inch GE as well. I painted the grills too in this color. You can see I didn't have enough to coat this side of the grill, so it kind of is what it is. But yep, it's filthy. I wanted to show it off in this state because this is exactly how it is. 'Cause this one gets used. But however, unlike a lot of these that have a lot of use on them, the bearings on this are perfect. They don't rattle. I do keep this fan very well oiled. Yeah. Occasionally I'll pull this out and use it as my night fan, just because this thing's got a nice sound to it. It's very powerful. This is up there with probably the 4th or 5th most powerful box fan, somewhere around there, that I have in my collection. But this thing's a tank. It just keeps on going. But yeah, 120 volts the Variac, and kilowatt meters over there. So here is low speed. Hear that knob rattling. This is a very nice low speed. I like the sound of it. Something's buzzing. Oh, it's the badge. Yep, here's what we got. 1.6 amps on low. Medium speed. .8 amp. medium, then high speed. .65 on high speed. Shut it off. So yeah, this one is one of my favorite fans due to sentimental value. It's also just a really good fan, very solid performer, been very reliable. And to be honest, I still like the green, even though it's not original. I do like the green. Now this thing absolutely has an absolutely roaring startup sound on high speed. Very good fan, very solid. And still, after all the other fans that I've collected over the years, this is still one of my favorite box fans. Didn't see the backside very well, but yeah, there it is. And the cord came from a it came from like a overhead lamp from a hutch, just like this one over here. There's some lights in the top of this hutch right here. It came from a light similar to that. See the rest of my collection there. But yeah. Yeah, if this house was on fire and I was able to save one fan, there'd be a lot of fans that would have to fight for a chance to not to be this one if I were to save it. Anyways, that's it. That's it for my 3-speed McGraw-Edison Eskimo branded box fan. See y'all later.